Now a fishing legend in his own mind, Rick Jordan.
Good morning. Saw some big fish. Not here, down in Florida. Actually, somebody showed me some pictures that she caught on Island Lake. All I know is that she had a red station wagon, and she was holding two northerns, and they were that long.
Wow.
They were huge.
Yeah.
She wouldn't, or whoever, I think it was somebody's wife or sister, but they didn't know the details.
Okay.
Holy cow, were they big northerns.
All right.
Okay, we're back on the Frenzy. It's 9:15, and Russ Francisco, good to hear your voice.
How are you, buddy?
Pretty good. Glad to be back. Very glad. It's nice and warm up here.
I was going to say, are you being facetious?
No, I'm not. We're used to this, and we have coats and mittens and boots and things to say, oh, it's a nice day. Down in Florida, when it's 25 degrees, they don't have that luxury.
No, a friend of mine just got back from Texas, about froze.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, what town do you know?
I was on the water somewhere, I don't know, but he just flew through the other day. Said, just got back in town down in Texas. Said, one day is 70 above, rest of the time was 35, 40. Oh. I'm thinking, ooh, that's a long ways to go to be cold.
Yeah, I know, and very expensive. We were in what they call the Panhandle, and I think when I talked to Dave last week, I said we were in Florida, but my wife and son corrected me. One part of the hotel complex was in Florida, but the part that we were on was across this little dry creek. We were actually in Alabama.
I'll be darned.
Didn't know that. That's why some of the prices changed. You go to one place and you'd pay 25 cents for this. You go to another place and you pay 75. So crazy.
Yeah.
And the throng of people are not there yet. It was very calm. I mean, uncrowded.
Yeah, I think spring break isn't on yet or anything like that, so probably was a good time to go.
Yeah, it was cheaper. All right, we're back. Fishing's been good from what I've heard just today.
Well, yeah, crappie fishing was good once people really started getting into it. I mean, big crappies. I see a lot of pictures of 12 and 13, 14, 1/16 inch.
Wow.
Came out of Red Lake, but and then walleye fishing finished strong. It was a good finish to the season, and now we were talking about it this morning. The ice you were on last week is not the ice you're on this week, so please be careful. Mm-hmm. There's been a couple of disasters around the countryside, so be really careful because it's only been a few days, and that warm temperatures and sunshine really messed it up. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, you may say, oh, it's still 28 degrees, 35 degrees, but the sun is high. And the ice, I don't know, I'm not a geologist here or whatever they're called. The ice is being affected by the high sun, and it can decrepitate pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it was 45 degrees a couple of days, and we had water on top of it, which works like a magnifying glass. So, I mean, there's things playing against it, so it is not last week's ice. Just remember that. Be really careful. And we had that UTV went through on the St. Louis River, but yesterday a couple of my friends, good customers, were pulling their permanent houses off the upper part of the river, and they went through with four-wheelers a couple of times. Didn't lose them, just went through with a wheel, moved them over a foot. The ice was just fine. So there's just a lot of bad spots to start to be careful, especially where there's running water, creeks, things like that. It's just unsafe right now. Treat it like first ice or don't go. If you don't know what you're doing, don't go.
It's a good statement. Yeah, rivers are tough in this pre-melt season, so be very, very, very careful. Well, yep. Other than that, what's new in your business?
Well, we're winding the ice fishing thing down. We've been doing that for a couple of weeks, so we'll end the official sale, and then we'll start putting stuff away this week. So if you want a K drill for $100, we still got some of those left. We sold about 120 of them, so we sold a lot of them. At $100 you can't miss, and so we sold a pile of E40 Eskimo augers. They're all $150, $200 off. So these specials they were running, we grabbed a bunch, we moved them through and gave people deals. All the ice tents were running on sale, and trying to move those. So the display tents out front are anywhere from 20 to 40% off. I think there's 6 or 7 left. That's it. And we've got ice summer jigs up already. The summer rods are up. The reels are up. We're not going to Minneapolis for the Northwest Sports Show this year. We just don't have time, and it changed hands a little bit. So we thought we'd take a year off, and so we're going to do that. So we're just converting the store. So we're on our way. Lots of summer stuff up. So we're still running show specials from the Duluth show on rods and reels and electronics and things like that. And so that's what we'll do for the next couple of weeks here. And because we're not going to the show, it gives us a lot of time to clean everything up and get ready to go.
Yeah, I'm going to rewind you a minute or so. What's a K drill?
K drill was the original cordless drill. So you put a cordless drill on it and drill holes with it. And these are $279, and they ran a deal on them. And so we grabbed them. And about the time they ran a deal, one of our big suppliers said, "Hey, we got a deal on these." So we bought those too. So we bought a ton of them, bought a half a semi-load. And so this is a really good deal. So we're almost out of everything. We don't have a Strike Master auger left. We have the E40s from K drill. I think we got some 10-inch. Some 10-inch Opti drills. We've got what else have we got going? There's some ice rods left at 40 and 50% off, combos and things like that. So we're running those sales just like we normally would this time of year for people to go fishing. But I guess with the weather and everything, it becomes the end of the season deal. So I'm sure it'll get cold again and people can go. Just be careful. But so many people have switched to summer. We moved all the electric trolling motors into the store here and stuff because that's what people are asking for, and we got more stuff coming each day. So our entire load of stuff coming each day is not restocking winter. We're stocking summer. So here we go.
Backing up again here. Yeah. You're telling me my drill that I have, which I plug in and let it charge, can actually be attached to a drill that will cut the ice?
Yeah, it's really good.
Really?
And they work really good. Now, it should be a cordless drill. It should be, we're finding in the soft rice you can do the 18 volts. It really works better if you have a higher voltage.
I think mine's 18, yeah.
Yeah, and you can do it. This 30 inches of ice has been tough on the 18-inch drills, but now that it's softening up, we'll get back to where it cuts through pretty good. But, you can go through pretty quick. So they make one. Mills makes one. We got those on sale, too. I got like 6 of those left. And then Strike Master makes them, and they're out for the season. Eskimo makes them. They're out for the season. So, there's a lot of them out there, and they're quick. And early ice and late ice, it's fast. It's quick. Even though they don't have a gasoline motor, they're not legal in the boundary waters. Okay, you still got to crank by hand in the boundary waters. So, but that's where it's at. So it's a lot of fun. They're nice, and they drill quickly, and they're fast, and they're light. That's the big thing. They don't weigh anything.
Yeah, right. Gotcha. Your hours at Marine General.
9 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 9 to 3 on Sunday, marinegeneral.com all the time. If you need a new fishing license, they're out. Don't forget, a lot of people coming in going fishing and didn't realize they had to get a new fishing license. We ship every day.
Thank you, Russ Francisco. Appreciate it. Boy, when he gets going, he knows his stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put my readers on here. I got a press release from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. Fish and Wildlife Almanac. They're talking about turkey hunting.
Oh.
And, it doesn't really look like it around here. Southern Minnesota is probably better for your turkeys. That usually starts down in Rochester and Albert Lee and across the bottom of the state. So they are telling you that the licenses are on sale.
Okay.
On March 1st. What's the date today? That's tomorrow.
The 28th of February, yeah.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow is March 1st.
March 1st. So your license you can buy at various places. I'm sure that
all right.
Johnny's got
is that the fishing license, too? Is that you have to have on the 1st of March, or what?
Well, if you're fishing, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But might as well get it now. Beat the rush.
Yeah, the day before.
I remember one opener. I realized after I got the minnows in my bucket, walking to the boat, I don't have a license. So I went back in. An hour later, it was Does
the warden sell the license? Or?
No, they don't.
Too bad.
They check the license and say, you don't have one. Come
can
with
I
me.
just buy one now?
No, because I saw you fishing without it.
Okay. All right, we shall return 9:24 now at KDIL. It's the Fishing Frenzy.
You're listening to the Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, places, I like it like that. Come on.
Good one. Who's that?
Dave Clark 5.
Dave Clark 5.
Name of the place is Superior Shooter Supply.
Oh, Pat Kukul. I
There
like
you
it
go.
like that,
Yeah.
Pat.
I like it like that. Okay, Superior Shooter Supply it is. We sometimes are a rock band, but not often.
You remember that song. I could see you dancing.
Of course. I remember all that stuff in the good days.
It's in my mind bank, but the mind is now decrepitating to the point where I can't really bring it out.
Yes, I can. Because I have a husband who knows, oh my God, everybody who has ever sang any song in the world, he has that type of memory.
Okay, I know the big guy. He looks like the actor, what's his name?
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Tom Selleck. We went through that. But what's his favorite? What is the song that he could not live without?
Highway to Heaven.
Good choice. Dave, you hear that one?
Yeah.
You got it close?
What?
Yeah.
Highway to
No,
Heaven.
actually, I don't.
We don't have that, Pat. Too rocky for us.
Nah.
Okay. Well,
anyway.
We're just getting ready. The National Wild Turkey Federation, the Gitchigumi chapter,
Gotta
has
get
its
your
banquet
license
tonight. Yeah, well, come on to the banquet tonight. There's still tickets left. They just left here with all the wonderful goodies that they're going to have at the banquet.
Yep.
And there's going to be good food, good people, adult beverages if you wish, and a lot of really good prizes.
Oh,
So
I wish. Yes.
at the Belgium Hall. So that's always good. Everybody gets really excited for turkey season, as they should. And then, of course, we have this warm weather, which I think has totally addled everybody because now we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
When we go outside, it's actually warm. But, this is really good for people finally being able to go out to the range and shoot trap on Sundays at Superior Trap Club. So that's all good. Everybody's pretty good mood here, really.
Well, I
Yeah.
can tell you that it's warmer here right now than it was for 2 days in Florida.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And it was, just in Nevada, and just cold, miserable. I mean, I know everybody says, it's not 20 below, but man, when it's cold there, it's cold.
Yeah. They don't have the insulation and the things you need to stay warm.
No, for sure they don't. But, it's a beautiful state. But, I always say, when people say, how can you live there? And I always say, it's a dry cold. It's a dry cold.
Dry cold. I like that. Sounds like something my
It's a
grandpa
dry
would
cold.
say.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's a dry cold. You'll be fine. You don't need a jacket. You're talking about turkey hunting. When is the season, though?
Soon. Soon, another month away.
Okay.
We're anticipating eagerly at our booth at the sports show the end of March. Of course, we've got one of our staff members that's going to do a seminar on turkey hunting and turkey calling, and we'll have a lot of good turkey advice there. And that's always such a good start to everything.
Is that at Westman?
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, fishing. There are people that fish.
Oh.
Yeah, there are. So I shouldn't leave that out even. So fishing and hunting, it's a nice, man, let's get ready to roll here. That's
All right.
for sure.
All right. Let's get back to getting that turkey into the house. What gauge would we be using? 12, 20s?
Well, I tell you how it's gone. It went from anywhere from, it started in the south at 10 gauge. That's all you could kill a turkey with. Now everything from 12, 20 to 410. To 410 with the new ammunition they have, and even 28 with the new ammunition they have because it's not lead anymore.
I've shot 410s that didn't even break paper.
Well, no, this is tungsten. This is it's a hard metal. And they created it for the young kids, so they wouldn't have so much recoil.
Okay.
Yeah, and so now it's just a whole different ball game. And I'm still a very, very traditional person. I like, getting in between 30 or 35 yards, and then you have to call them in because that's about as good as it gets with lead. Well, now 50 or 60-yard shots. So.
Well, that'd be the sport if you could really do the calling.
Well, that's why we do it. That's the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah. I'm going back to Grandpa again. He was very good at calling the turkeys. He had that gobble gobble thing, a little hand carved thing, and a 10-gauge double barrel Damascus wound.
Oh my God!
I know. That's what we said too when he unloaded that thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, things have changed a lot, and that like with the turkey hunting really stands out because, I just really love it a lot. But how it's gone from you have to have a 10 gauge down south or 3.5 to, 4/10 now is truly amazing. There's several, it is. And there's several guns, just set up now expressly for turkey hunting, as it should be. Mm-hmm. So it's come a long ways. Everything changes in every industry, I guess, and ours isn't exempt from that.
That's Pat Kukl at Superior Shooters. Supply your hours.
9 to 6 Monday through Friday, and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Plenty of parking. Come on in.
Okay. Did you hiccup?
I did. I swallowed a little air.
Okay. Pat, we better leave you now.
Yeah, I'm going to hiccup again, and that'll be embarrassing.
Well, what's in your coffee, I wonder?
Too much cream.
Oh, okay. All right, goodbye. Thank you. That was cute. We're going to take a break. We're running late here, Strandberger.
As usual, it's 9:32.
The Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
I shot the sheriff?
No, I fought the law.
Oh.
And you know who won? The law always wins.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir. Who's that?
Bobby Fuller 4.
One-hit wonder?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, one outfit that's been around a long time, providing us with the proper bait and goodies, and now an archery range. Johnny Troutstrom, good morning.
Good morning.
Beautiful day.
A little windy, but it's not 20 below. So,
yeah, it's a good thing you've got an indoor archery range, or that arrow would still be flying.
Yeah, today we should be selling kites, but I don't have any in stock.
If we had a kite out there, we'd need a very heavy cord. Wow.
Yeah, could lift the kid out there today.
It could, yeah, it really could. Would you say, Dave, I think he said 50-mile-an-hour winds at times.
Gusts at 51 miles an hour, the prevailing wind northwest at 26.
Wow. And when we went by your store this morning, John, on Rice Lake Road, there were no cars out there.
No. I can tell it's we're getting that winds up around 50 miles an hour when the dog tries to get on my shoulders, but she does not like the wind.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Wow. How was fishing? How do you put it this past winter through the ice? Good, bad, otherwise?
Yeah, pretty good. We didn't have a lot of snow on our inland lakes, and the start of the season, Rice Lake put out a lot of mixed bag, northern walleyes, some panfish, and Fish Lake put out a lot of crappies and a few nice walleyes. Island, in the end, was doing pretty good on the crappies, but once we get to the end of our walleye northern season, there's usually enough snow on the ice that everything just kind of shuts off, and things were kind of heading that way, and so it got a little bit slow in the end, and now this last weekend was the close of walleye northern, so there's a handful of diehards out playing with the panfish species, going after perch and sunnies and crappies until we get our open water season going.
Well, a Duluth woman who happens to be married to Alex, who runs our front office, he showed me some pictures that she had of 2 huge northerns caught in Island Lake through the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there was some quality fish taken this year, but yeah, now we're kind of looking forward to the open water season.
I'm going to use a pun here. What's coming down the pike for new equipment that you're seeing?
The new equipment that we're seeing, I think the biggest rage in ice fishing right now are the new updated versions of like those live view fish finders.
Oh.
They are painting such a beautiful picture that no kidding. I mean, I remember as a kid first time looking at fishing graphs, saying, yeah, I see a bunch of fish down there, but what are they? Are they a bunch of suckers? And now with these modern live view scopes, you can look at the graph and see enough detail in the shape, and it's like, well, that's a northern, that's a walleye, that's probably a crappie.
Really?
So, yeah, the detail has just gotten better and better, and I got to imagine if things are headed in that direction, boy, give it about 2 more years, and I can only imagine what the graphs are going to be, the picture they're going to be showing.
And that picture's coming into your boat through just a transducer, or is there a razzmatazz?
Right through, just a transducer onto the screen, and
wow.
Yeah, a lot of people are setting those up on their open water boats.
Yeah.
But there's a handful of guys that took them setups and took them ice fishing, and boy, what a good time! You can see what it is, and you can see how far away it is from your line, and it gives the guy way more information than any of the fish finders did 4 or 5 years ago.
I had a fella in my boat, Steve Young, who's absolutely crazy person. It shouldn't be illegal. He shouldn't be legal. But anyway, he brought a camera, tied it into the boat transducer equipment, and I was shocked. I've never seen live pictures of fish swimming.
Yeah, I've seen on YouTube. I've seen some of those same videos like that when people get some sort of a waterproof GoPro hooked to their downriggers, and you can sit there and watch that spoon going back and forth, and then see a big old salmon come swimming right up and take it. And it's like,
wow,
that's kind of amazing.
Is it border illegal? Too much? Is it cheating?
Well, it's kind of taken all the mystery out of it.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean that's the kind of one of the magic things about fishing back when we couldn't find all that information out. Is you're on top of the water and you don't see what's going on below, and every time you get a fish hitting your line, it's like you don't know what it is until you get it up to the long side of the boat.
That's the mystery of everything. All right, archery, real quick.
Archery open every morning at 9 o'clock. Bait shop at 6. We close them both down together at 8 and 7 on Sundays.
Okay, we got it. Thank you, Johnny. Keep a tight line.
Yeah, come on up and try out one of these bows.
Okay.
All
right, see you later. I actually shot some archery. I think we've talked about that in my college career. You needed a physical education credit.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Did you do it?
I shot an arrow into the air. Where it landed, I know not where.
All right, do I have...
No, we got to take a break.
Oh, rats.
And we'll be right back.
The Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
I love this song.
It's the question of the day.
Does your chewing gum
lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight?
But who does it?
Lonnie Donegan and his Skiffle group.
Oh, that's a British group.
Yeah.
Skiffle was a brand of rock and
music.
roll.
Yeah, kind of like this, actually. This is Skiffle music.
Well, let's skip Millsy and just listen to Lonnie Donegan.
I don't think so.
What do you think, Miller? You remember that song?
I kind of remember it, but it's one of those things that you don't necessarily file in the memory very well.
Yeah, it's probably not front row. No.
Yeah. So, how's your sunburn, Rick?
Sunburn? Are you kidding? We didn't go outside without a parka on down in Florida. I got a little bit of tan, a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, like on the back of your hands and the back of your neck, probably, right?
And the tip of the ears, yes, you are correct.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. That's such beautiful country down there, and you know, it's like walking the beach. That's the thing that kind of works for Mary and Dave. So
yeah,
we tend to do that, but I like that area because I can wear enough clothes to keep from getting sunburned.
There you go. What area do you go to?
Well, Destin, all the way across the Gulf Shores. We've camped at different campgrounds down there over the years, and
the Panhandle-ish.
Yep, all the Panhandle. Yeah, it's too hot in the rest of it.
Yeah. I was quite surprised to find out that area changes from Florida to Alabama and back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, I guess I've never paid attention to that, but you got some interesting country down there, and then those islands, you know, that run along just off the shore, and but it's kind of tough nowadays finding camping spots down there too on the fly, and that's kind of the way I like to go. So
we could see a lot of them headed south down the freeways. Yes, you're right. They're going.
Yep. Yeah, and are you running the bear grease this year?
I decided that since my dog died, not a good idea.
Oh, sorry to hear about the dog.
She was a wonderful critter, but we've got a lead for another black lab.
Never quit. That's the secret.
Are you going to be on the trail too?
No, you know, there's just enough stuff going on here right now that we and I'm not going to be out there communicating for them at all. But kind of always miss that. There's something to be said for sitting out on a trail and waiting for that next team to come ghosting over the hill and down onto the road crossing and back out again and calling in their number and kind of being out on the road with your arms out to make sure that the dogs don't take a left or a right.
Yeah.
And it's always a good time to test the gear too, but this year is kind of a real different year for that. You know, there's been 20 below times when we've been out there and been totally comfortable, but golly, they're going to have a challenge this year.
Yeah, it's hard on the dogs. Yeah, I can remember the first two bear greases, and I think they started from Ordine Field, didn't they, for a while?
You know,
in the
that's
East End,
early on in my time, but I believe you're right.
Yeah, and I followed them all the way up for the radio station and fell in love with it. I just admire the heck out of the mushers and the handlers. Yeah, you were a handler. You helped out, didn't you?
Well, always with ham radio, you know, being there at the road crossings and calling in the bib numbers as they come through it. But it's like it was a family thing, and with grandkids even, you know, getting out there and helping, making sure that the teams cross the road, and also, I mean, we always were, you know, there was a campfire, and you were cooking hot dogs and marshmallows and all that kind of stuff, and then I always brought Christmas tree lights, and we'd light up the path coming down and across.
That's a good idea to warn them that there's a crossing.
Well, yeah, and it was a real festive thing, you know, and other volunteers were there with the road crossing, and it was fun. And I, you know, I'm hoping to have more time to get back on it, but we missed the mail run this year, and we missed the bear grease, and next year maybe, but golly, you know, like out in Iron River, the snow is kind of all gone along the south facing part of the yard, and you can't even get a snowmobile from the garage down to the lake without running on dirt.
Secret Lake, we've got probably 4 or 5 inches on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. And you know, it's like for us at the store, we this time of the year, before this time of the year, but we dig out all of the leftover summer stuff and whatever for all the people that are heading south for vacations. And so there's been some of that going on. And then, of course, our winter clearance and rain gear and the rubber puddle boots, both for the kids and for the adults have been going. And we still got our clearance sale going in place. There's like 50% off on it, up to 50 at least on all of the Columbia North Face winter stuff. New stuff is coming in the door. Trying to find spots to get it put out and ready to go. And I'm seeing an uptick in campers that are coming in and kind of getting their gear ready for they've got their boundary water permits now, and they're getting ready. They're starting to get stuff ready for the trips and it's just all kinds of things going on, and always fun talking to folks.
When you were tooling through northern Florida, the Panhandle, did you ever run through a town named Sopchoppy?
I don't remember that, Rick. No.
I recommend it if you're driving down that way and have a car. It is just the cutest, the land that time forgot.
Is this on the coast or just on the inland side of the coast?
It's inland. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. So I got to get your hours for Northwest Outlet.
Yeah. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 5:30. We're closed on Sundays. Folks, it's another great weekend to get outside and do something, challenge the weather. Don't worry about the ticks, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Milty.
The Fishing Frenzy with Rick Jordan.
Return to sender.
I know this guy. Did you ever see Elvis live?
You remember Elvis, don't you?
Yes, I do. Did you ever see him live?
No, I did not. I couldn't afford the $15 for a ticket when he was here.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
$15. Most concerts back then were like $3.95 or less. So.
Matt King is with us. You've heard of Elvis Presley.
Oh, yes.
Were you a fan? You're too young to be an Elvis fan.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't...
No.
I knew who he was and whatnot, and you'd see some stuff on TV and whatnot. But yeah, he was a little before my time.
Yeah, me too.
I still like his music, though.
Oh yeah, it lasts. It's got legs.
Yeah.
Matt, you're at Fisherman's Corner. Fishing's kind of slowed down for a couple of months now, right?
Yeah, something we should probably talk about a little bit here is. Last Sunday, walleye and northern closed in Minnesota. You can still fish that up on Lake of the Woods and down on the river on the border waters. And the reason I'm saying this is I had probably, I'm going to say at least 20 people call the store or come in the store thinking that it went all the way through till today. And they were looking for big minnows, pike minnows and stuff. And we were asking them, well, what are you using them for? Well, we're going to go fish some tip-ups and go for some walleyes. And I said, yeah, you can't do that unless you're on the border waters. Well, everybody was, I think, because your license only goes till today, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that's why people were doing that. So
yeah, good point.
Just something to note out there, you can't fish walleye and pike and stuff. You can go out, though. People are getting out still. Crappies, bluegills, perch, all those fish are still available to fish. And so, yeah, you can do that. You can fish your panfish, but no... none of the other predator fish.
Well, panfish season never closes, right?
Right. And that goes year-round, and now is a good time. I mean, today's a little windy, but normally pretty good time to get out there and get after it. Did you get a picture of it, Rich? Oh, so sorry about that.
That's all right. If somebody's talking about a big fish, get a picture.
Yeah, it's the bluegill fishing and stuff and crappie this time of the year. A lot of guys get out there on that ice. It's nice and warm. I was out last weekend and boy, it was 40 degrees.
I know. Yeah,
really nice to be on the ice. That's only about a 60, 65 degree swing from what we had a couple of weeks ago.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Still a lot of good ice. Getting a little slushy on some of the days. Days like today, it probably firmed up a little bit out there, but I know some of the lakes are a little slushy, a little watery. But that should, if we get a little bit cooler temps, that should solid up a little bit, and still a lot of good fishing to do. I'm
waiting for the ice to open under the Island Lake Bridge, which has quite a current at times. I don't know. You never know really 100% when that's going to happen. But fishing from the bridge can be pretty good. Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of nice spots from shore around here. The one you're bringing up, the Island Lake Bridge, Fish Lake Bridge there, right in between the Blue Max and Eagle's Nest. That's a good spot. We've got all the dams and stuff like that, too, to fish, on all these reservoir lakes. So we do have quite a few spots to fish from shore like that with current and everything that bring those fish in. And it is some pretty good spots. And we should mention, I think Russ mentioned it earlier, one of his buddies had a problem on the St. Louis River with a four-wheeler or a Jeep or something like that. Very, very soft ice on the river. Yeah, you got to be careful there. You had warm temps here, and you got current moving through. And anytime we get current, we get thinner ice. It softens up with the temps like this. So, yeah, like any ice, right? They always say ice is not safe no matter how thick. You always have to just be aware of your surroundings and what type of water structure you're on. When the ice finally breaks up, the Thompson Dam is a beautiful place to watch the ice or the big water coming through. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's a neat area up there. And once when it opens up, a week after the opener, and then it'll be boat after boat up there fishing walleyes up in the rapids up there, right by the power station. Yeah, if you've never been up there, it's an interesting sight because it's bumper boats for sure. It is. We were there last year, maybe 2 years ago, and it was kind of like UMD hockey game, and the game was overtime win, and everybody was crazy. Yeah, it's interesting up there, and but the fishing can be, you can pile the boats, stack them right in like parallel parked cars, and just hope nobody's anchor or spot lock lets loose or something, because you'll end up bumping into somebody. But it's good fishing. Can be one right after another, that's for sure. So we're looking ahead here when the opener is in May or so. What are you getting in new that you say, hey, this is cool? So I think I haven't touched on this, but I got these new Lakewood tackle boxes. They are slotted to hold spoons, stick baits, shad wraps, things like that. And there's several different styles and shapes and sizes and everything, from all the way up to they make them where they hold musky baits and stuff like that. So we're very excited to get these in. They're very nice. They're a soft kind of feel on the outside, but very hard, rigid, plastic mold on the inside with all the different slots that are all adjustable. That's a new product we got in. We got bait caddies. I think I might have touched on that last week. It's a new clear bait thing that you can use winter, summer. You can put crawlers, leeches, shiners, minnows, anything in them. They float. Very nice product too. We got that in. Some of the new, there's some new plastics and jigs and things like that out. Tungsten's getting big and all these different things like that. A lot of new Rapala colors. Rapala's got some new colors for shad wraps, for scatter wraps, different things like that.
We got those. We got all the relevant stick baits in, which is that's not super new, but it's just in the last few years, it's a different style paint job. But yeah, several items, and we're getting more in. We've got a pallet on its way right now, so stop up and see us.
Good job. Good timing, too, there, Matt King.
Sounds good.
Corner. Yeah, you bet. Matt knows.
Have a good weekend.
See you later. He's pretty good. He hears, what is that song? Andy Mayberry tune in the background?
Andy Griffith, yep.
Andy Griffith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's his theme song.
Time to quit. Dave, it's good to be back. I missed
good to have you back, Rick. We'll see you again next Friday. Stick around. It's Bruce Siskey after CBS
I'm
News.
Happy to be here where it's warmer than Florida.
Right.